Why, hello there. Good meowing, good afternoon, or good evening. Whatever time it is for you, thank you so much for joining me. Welcome to tonight's stream. I am excited. Let's pop on over. Ba, 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 ba. Awesome. Okay, so I have only slightly booted this game in that I made certain I didn't need to do anything with it. All right. Oh, don't double up there. That should be all right. That should be all right. I got a new phone and I'm trying to figure out how it all works. It's taken me a little bit. But man, look at my recent games. Otome, Pokemon, Otome. RPG, Otome. Alright, well, let's just pop. All right, let me up my system volume. Don't need to up my system volume that much. Alright. I do not know what I'm getting myself into. But we're gonna figure it out. Why did it disconnect my controllers? Yes. Yes. All right, cool. that took a second. All right, yeah. You know, don't distribute this. Don't distribute this illegally. You'll get your eardrums fucking blown out. Oh fuck! I have to turn it down. That's right. Oh, I don't have to turn it down. What dog is that? Slego. Slego? Also, why is it Comic Sans? I don't understand. Why is it Comic Sans? Okay. Well, despite the fact that we're not going to skip stuff, we want message speed high because I'm impatient. What? I'm so confused. This menu is so chaotic. What? This menu is extremely chaotic. But I think we can deal. I think we'll be okay. Event view, load. Hello. Yes. Oh no, my eye's twitching. Oh. Top bridal advisor. Ooh, we're... What the hell is this music? Oh my god, what the hell is this music? Alright, well, we're gonna do... My family name is gonna... Yeah, Kidomi. Cancel. Oh, that said last name. I'm like nice certain that said last name. The protagonist's name was Lynette Mirror? Okay, you know what? Prince Mirror. We'll go with it. Why is this like 50s music and aesthetic and everything? Yes, confirm entered name. Okay. Most people are familiar with the idea of Cupid. Yes. Cupid is the god in charge of helping people fall in love. Gotta move my microphone a little closer. Taking a golden bow and arrow, aiming down from the land of the gods to connect people together. That startled me, but why has Cupid come down to join the world of mankind? Probably because Cupid's bored? Oh, Otome presents. God, don't give me bad computer noises. In corporate cooperation with the Cupid Corporation. Cupid Parasite. This is the weirdest intro I've ever seen. Let's get started. Okay. October 1st, 11 a.m. Workshop Suite, Cupid Corporation. I settled my nerves and opened up the door when I was immediately greeted with a blast of mist. Mist? What the heck was that? Did someone spray perfume on us? Hydrating mist? Did you just spray water in my face? Did you? I know I'm a cat, but did you just spray water in my face? Hydrating? What on earth are you talking about? What the actual hell? Give me options, please. I need to turn down the... Okay, yes, turn down the background. Yes, main character voices. Yes, okay, turn everybody's voices up. Wow, reading some of these names. Oh man, Gil Lovecraft. Cool. Shelby Snail. Ro Aconite, okay. K-Sign Ryuki, okay, and Alan Melville. Excuse me, why are there two American author last names here? Beep? Criminy Christmas. This menu is so confusing. It's so busy. It's so busy. Oh my god, it's so busy. I'm so distracted by this menu. Ooh. Like frickin' ADHD bomb over here. What are you doing here? Well then.
Yeah? あれは合意の上だよ。それに略奪だなんて人聞き悪い。シェアだって言ったじゃないか。
Hello, sir. Oh, okay. I'm not gonna read the lines because that just takes a lot more time than I really need. Stealing? Borrowing?
へえ、あの木ユグドラシルに似てる。ああ、でもここで言うユグドラシルは北欧神話のあれじゃなくて。
What? Stop spraying me with shit!
おい、始めてくれ。
Of course. So everyone, thank you all for fitting us into your busy schedules to meet with us today. What the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on? Who's the guy in the back with the vest? Hello, sir. I'm Mr. Mirror, and as of today, I'm your personal bridal advisor.
代理のオーウェン・ヘリオットと申します。
And my name is Owen Harriet. Okay. Representative, but you're already Mr. Snail's secretary. Or... Mr. Snail! Ooh, Mr. Snail!
はい。秘書もやっておりますが、本日は代理です。
Okay, so you're the guy with the, vest. A representative for dating?
続けてくれ。
Okay, sir. Right. Well, I'm so glad we've got such a beautiful day to start everyone off on this new path, and,
ああ、大丈夫。続けて。
oh my. So prior to officially entering you into our referral system, we'd like to create... we need to give you a sort of nickname. Why?
はいはい。丁寧に言おうが言わまいが結局は同じだから。
Who are you? Well, Clarice, it does matter a little bit. We want them to get off to a good start so we don't hurt their chances of success. This is so... busy.
この調子じゃ日が暮れちゃうわよ。あなたが言えないなら私から言うわ。あなたたち、うちではパラサイト5って呼ばれてんの。結婚なんて夢のまた夢。まずはそのねじれ切った恋愛観を直す必要があるわ。
Oh my. Oh my. Clarice, that's way too direct. No, please be direct with these men. Oh, Alright, you guys get a smidgen of music. Marriage hunting, what? Romantic comedy. Yes. Alright, cool. Alright. Oh. Okay, so that's the guy who was... Leave style? Gil Lovecraft? Okay. Shelby Snail? Royal Aconite? Ryuki Keisa? Final Boss? Alan Melville? Ah. Oh, wow. Well then. Sensitive para? I'm so confused. I'm confused and overwhelmed. I feel like I've been thrown into the deep end of colors and patterns. Fate's Call. A promotion? Oh, okay. What's happened? What is this music? But I'm loving it. Cupid is the god in charge of helping people fall in love. And in Lost York, one company is taking up the mantle of that namesake. Sorry, hello, guy. Just hello. Of course, as soon as I'm ready to say hello, my body's like, hiccup time? Hiccup time. I'm doing all right. Welcome to the Cupid Corporation. It's a marriage consultation company at the forefront of Lost York's hottest trends. Marriage consultation. And that's where I work. I guess you might call me a modern-day Cupid. September 25th, 4 p.m., my desk. Yes. Alright, that's the third successful marriage I put together this month. 3 marriages in a month? Whenever I get an email telling me about another marital success, I always strike a little mental victory pose. My work involves bringing people together to help them fall in love. Well, more specifically, to help them get married. My biggest job duty is a bridal advisor. Normally, people think of bridal advisors as people who help a wedding go smoothly, but at Cupid Corp, we act as marriage matchmakers. The Cupid Corporation, or Cupid Corp for short, has a company slogan, from your first encounter to your final vows. The company handles the matchmaking process, as well as the wedding ceremony itself. Everyone here who deals with marriage has my title, bridal advisor. Kitten! My kitten. My kitty is curled up on my bed. In the blankets, in the warmth, being cute and sleeping. In the end, the choice to tie the knot is in the hands of humans themselves. I won't let Dad tell me what to do. Who? I joined Cupid Corp a little over a year ago, and I've been working hard at my job every single day since. And because of that, my results last year were at the very top of the matchmaking charts. I ranked first among all advisors this whole year. Aww. My kitty cat is gray and fluffy. Which now means all my business cards say top bridal advisor. But I'm not done yet. That won't be enough to convince Dad, so I need to get promoted even higher. Oh, an email. I wonder what's from. From President Snail. Be in my office tomorrow at 5 a.m. We need to talk. Shelby Snail. The president? The one with the really weird name?
どうしたの?
I said that out loud without even realizing it. Claire's my roommate, best friend, and closest colleague, spoke up.
すごい顔してるけど、何かあった?
My kitty is Kiki. Very simple. No, it's nothing. I waved my hand as if I could brush away the concern, but... Oh, why yawn now? Today was so slow at work. I'm sleepy. Mr. Snail has never asked to see me like this before, and at 5 a.m. Does that mean he doesn't want anyone else to know about it? What on earth could this be about? I tried to think of anything that might have happened recently to put me on his radar, but nothing came to mind. Well, except for... I do have one pretty massive secret that I can never share with anyone. Not that they'd ever believe me if I did. But how could anyone possibly find out about that? This is so confusing. I've only spoken to the president twice. Once during my entrance ceremony, and once during last year's awards ceremony. Maybe he just wrote AM by mistake. If so, and he actually wants to see me during business hours, it's probably not about that. Maybe I should confirm the time, just to be safe. Understood regarding the meeting tomorrow. Did you write 5 a.m. by mistake, or should I be here at 5 in the morning? I know how busy you must be, so I do apologize, but if possible, could you please confirm the time? Oh god, no, that just gave me fucking flashbacks of writing emails for work. But maybe he really did mean 5 a.m. Writing an email to the president is so nerve-wracking. Oh well, send! I guess I'll touch up some of these profiles while I'm waiting for a response. Oh, the response came immediately. It wasn't a mistake. Jeez, this is starting to sound really ominous. Uh-huh.
大丈夫?
At 5 in the morning, and in his office no less. I just really hope it's not about my secret. Well, there's a lot of things that might happen when your boss calls you into his office at 5 in the morning, and usually they're not PG rated. And so early the next morning, We're about to find out. I really, so far, this game has assaulted me with colors and sounds and shapes. I feel like an overstimulated baby. But we're like a marriage matchmaker, and I think we've got like 5 dudes that are called the Parasite 5, and we gotta fucking deal with them. Oh my. I got up and got ready for work, making sure not to wake Claris up in the process. I spent all night thinking about what the meeting might be about. I hardly got any sleep at all. I woke up late, so I didn't have time to put on my makeup correctly. I'll just have to touch it up before the office opens. I couldn't stop thinking about it all day yesterday, but I still have no idea what he actually wants to talk to me about. I hope he's not planning to fire me out of nowhere or something. Oh, I'm so nervous. I moved through the still slumbering city and soon arrived at the building's main doors. It's really bright. It's like... oh boy. Of course, reception wasn't open yet, so I went around back to the employee entrance. It almost felt like I was sneaking in. And now I'm headed to the top floor to meet with Mr. Snail. That is the boss's name, Mr. Snail. Mr. Shelby Snail. I would hate to be the Mrs. Snail, but we might end up... Hello. When I enter the office, Shelby Snail, president of the Cupid Corporation, is waiting for me. Hi, sir. What? What is this music? What is this music? Oh my god. Oh. Not only is he the president, he's also the company's young and charismatic founder.
早く来てもらってすまないな。
No worries, Mr. Snail. No, it's no problem at all. So, what did you want to talk to me about?
そうだな。一つ先に確認したいのだが。お前は常々周りに出世をしたいと言っているそうだな。
Yes. Uh-oh. I jumped a bit at the questioning tone of his voice. I mentioned my plans a few times, but I'd never imagined it'd reach the president himself.
別にそれが悪いというつもりはない。向上心があるのはいいことだ。
Oh, thank you. I'm glad you feel that way.
だが、1年目から言う人間は珍しいので気になってな。何か理由があるのか？
Is it not because? Well, it's just because the last thing I want to do is tell him the truth. There's no way he'd believe me anyway. After considering it for a moment, I decided to give a more generic answer. I just thought that if I get promoted, I'd be able to help even more people get married.
手伝いを。
Yes. That's right, the city drop in marriage rates has bothered me for a long time now. I've just always been worried about how fewer and fewer people are getting married. That's my genuine feeling. When I first heard there was a company in Lost York trying to help people with that, I immediately wanted to become part of it. And after being here a year, that feeling hasn't changed. If getting promoted means I can help match even more people together, that's what I want to do.
そうか。なかなか殊勝な心がけだな。さすがは1年でトップブライダルアドバイザーに上り詰めただけはある。
Yeah, no, he's pretty young. They said he's they specifically mentioned that he's young, so.
しかし、結婚率の低下を憂いているか。まさしく恋のキューピッドだな。引きつった顔をしてどうした？
Don't worry about it, Mr. Snail. No, not at all. Anyway, was there anything else?
なあ、すまない。話がそれたな。では、本題に入るとしよう。
Okay.
実はお前を昇格させようと考えていてな。
Yay! Oh, really interesting. Wait, what? A promotion?
ああ。だが一つだけ条件がある。
Oh, good.
これを見てもらえるか。
Ah, show me, show me, show me. Uh-huh. Mr. Snail handed me 5 pieces of paper. They were standard profile sheets our company uses for the matchmaking process. Does that say 14?
この5人を結婚させろ。そうすれば昇格させてやる。
Does that say 14? Hang on a second.
お前は我が社の恋のキューピッド、トップブライダルアドバイザーだ。できるだろ?
Yes. Promotion, Cupid. Those words brought back a lot of strong memories. That's my secret for why I've been working as a so-called Cupid, bringing people together in marriage. Yes? The secret is? Because I really truly am Cupid. Surprise! Surprise. Hashtag Cupid happenstance. Pardon? 8 years ago, before I assumed the name Prince Mirror and became a bridal advisor... What? Why the heck did you break up? I was gazing into the celestial spring, looking down into the world of man. A couple that I brought together just the day before had already broken up. But those two were completely compatible. I heaved a sigh and peered back into the spring. The spring allows me to observe the human realm. I can take aim with my bow and arrow, which lets me see how well 2 people might fit together. When I describe myself as Cupid, it's not an alias. I truly am the goddess Cupid. My name appears again and again in stories and legends within the human race as a god that presides over love. And yet, whenever I connect to people these days, it seems like they just break up right away. That's the 3rd couple of this month. I drew back my bow once again and aimed down to the human realm where I could see a shining, shimmering rainbow of colors. Some people glowed light pink, others a vibrant orange. These colors were revealed to me when I aimed my Cupid's bow and told me the potential compatibility between people. Gazing at the colors, I would loose my arrows into the 2 chosen targets to make them fall in love. That was my divine duty, and I did it for ages. Ugh, why's it gotta be so hard?
キューピッド、ため息などついてどうした?
Hi. Huh? Oh, hello, sir. Hello, sir. When I turned around, Lord Jupiter was standing there before me. No reason.
そうか。
Without another word, he just turned around and walked away. Oh, jeez, that scared me. Lord Jupiter, the omnipotent god of all gods. He stands atop the Dai-Consitus, the 12 Olympian gods that preside over all the others. In other words, he's the most important god there is. The lower gods rarely ever get a chance to even speak to any of the Dai-Consitus. I'm a lower god myself, but I'm lucky enough to have a connection with 3 of those 12 gods. But I still had never spoken with Jupiter before. He's definitely intimidating, that's for sure. He never says much and rarely shows his emotion. He's got a scary vibe, like he might hit you with a lightning bolt if you look at him funny. Anyway, I guess I should go back to work. Isn't Cupid Greek and Jupiter Roman? Wait a second. Are they mixing their Greek and Roman mythology? I think they are. Is Cupid Greek or Roman? Okay, no, Cupid's Roman. Yes, okay, they're both Roman. So we're going with the Roman gods, not the Greek gods. Let's see if we continue this trend. I don't have my hopes high. Anyway, I guess I should get back to work. I grabbed my bow and arrow and peeked into the spring one more time. I was hoping to find a couple that might last a bit longer this time.
キューピッド、よかった、ここにいましたか。
Oh, hi. What's up? Just as I was getting ready to draw back my bow, a divine soldier called out to me. Divine soldiers are the military personnel who protect Celestia. The deconsultants love making totally unreasonable demands of them.
マーズ様がお探しですよ。
Oh, fuck. My dad?
お約束があったんでしょ。待ちくたびれて怒っていられますよ。
Oh, whoopsie. All right. Whoopsies. I hurried off to find Dad, and when I did, he was just as angry as I expected.
キューピッド、お前は相変わらず神としての自覚が薄いようだな。
I love just Dad. He moved slowly across the room toward me, glaring at me all the way. Lord Mars, my father, is the god of war. Apparently, he's also known to some as Ares. I only heard about that secondhand, though, since he was a god long before I ever came into being. There's so many stories about him that even I, his own daughter, can't keep track of all of them. Although, to be honest, I'm not actually his daughter. For as long as I remember, Dad has looked after me. I guess you could think of him as my foster dad.
キューピッド、話を聞いているのか。
Hi, Kiteru. Of course, you know I hear and remember every single word you say to me.
はあ、まったく。
I'm sassy.
お前がそんなんだから結婚率が落ちているんだろう。もっと真面目にやらんか。
I'm taking my job plenty seriously, hun. Why am I the one getting yelled at? Lady Juno is the goddess in charge of marriage. My job is just to make people fall in love. It's not up to me whether they get married or not. I puffed out my cheeks in silent protest, but then I saw Dad narrow his eyes. Uh-oh, that's not good. I know my dad well enough to recognize that look. He was getting ready to hit me with another punishing lecture. I know I messed up, but it was always too late. It was already too late. His booming voice echoed out, shaking the very ground beneath my feet.
バカモン!
Oh God.
まずお前が恋結びをしなくては結婚に行き着かないではないか。それにジュノーは十二神の一人だ。そんなに端々に目を配っていられるわけがないだろう。
Yeah, but no.
それをお前は他者のせいにして何のためにキューピッドがいると思ってるんだ。 人に恋の素晴らしさを知らせるのがお前の役目だろう。そんなお前がそこをサボってばかりだから人の世は乱れ結婚率は下がり少子化が進んでいるのだ。
That's what this is about. Whoa, what's that meme? I hate to break it to you, Abe Shinzo. This isn't gonna raise the birth rate. That's a pretty big leap of logic. It's not Cupid's job to fix marriage rates, let alone get more people to have kids. Besides, each golden arrow only lasts for 30 days. I can't make them stay in love forever. So demanding perfection from Cupid is honestly pretty unreasonable. But if I were to say that now, he'd just go on lecturing me for twice as long. I've been working really hard to do my job right and help people fall in love. Just now I was observing the human realm, looking for couples that might really last. I haven't been slacking off, it's just that more and more people are deciding to separate, even after getting married. So why the heck is he blaming this all on me? I couldn't stop myself from letting out a frustrated sigh, so of course he started yelling at me even louder for that. In the end, his lecture lasted 2 full hours. I'm so tired. After I was finally able to escape, I decided to go for a walk. I wasn't feeling great. He told me to stop complaining and get back to connecting people together, but I just wasn't in the mood. But I didn't feel like going back to my room either, so I just started wandering around aimlessly.
At times like this, Celestia can be kind of annoying. There really isn't much to do besides walk around. Eventually, I saw my aunt coming towards me. She's one of the 3D consensus I regularly see. Lady Minerva, goddess of war and the arts. I call her my aunt, but just like Dad, we're not actually related by blood.
あら、キューちゃんじゃない。そんなむくれた顔してどうしたの？可愛い顔が台無しよ。
Why are you wearing a cowboy hat? She's wearing that weird hat again. Yep. What's it called again? A cowboy hat or something? Aunt Minerva's always been obsessed with hats from the human realm and loved teaching me the different hat names.
あ、わかったわ。またマーズに怒られたんじゃない？どう？当たってる？
Yeah, he's mad because humans aren't getting married as much anymore.
結婚はジュノーの役目なのに？
Exactly. Yeah, I thought I was taking care of the matchmaking side of things pretty well, but I thought of Dad's lecture again and I couldn't stop myself from frowning even harder.
大変ね、キューちゃん。あんな戦バカがパパで。どうせお説教ついでにトロイア戦争での苦労話とか聞かされたんじゃない？
I could only nod silently. She was right, naturally. Dad just loved bringing up those old war stories of his. I'm one of the younger gods, but Dad has been around for thousands of years now. In other words, he's kind of an old fogey. But since he has so much knowledge and experience, he can basically talk forever. Minerva could see how sick and tired of everything I was and let out a friendly giggle.
ねえ、よかったら私の部屋に来ない？ちょっとおしゃべりしましょうよ。
You don't mind? I mean Lady Minerva. For some reason, she gets really annoyed if I don't refer to her as Lady Minerva. But why would she invite me to her room all of a sudden? I've never stepped foot in there before. Actually, I don't believe I've ever been in any of the other gods' rooms. I always just go back and forth from my room to the spring without ever really interacting with the other gods.
神様だってたまには誰かと話して気分転換しないと。
Okay.
そもそもキューちゃんったら仕事漬けでしょ？仕事以外のことを何も知らないままで他人の恋を応援なんてできないと思わない？
Oh, she's got a point. All I do all day is shoot my arrows or sit in my room. I don't really know what love is. I don't even know how to have fun. It seems pretty strange trying to connect people together when I don't know anything about anything besides my bow and arrow.
あなたに見せてあげたいものがあるのよ。元気が出そうなレディー・ミネルヴァの秘密をね。
レディー・ミネルヴァの秘密だね。Dad told me not to spend too much time with Aunt Minerva, but Dad also said I need to take my job seriously, and if Aunt Minerva thinks I need something more to do my job... And anyway, it's Dad's fault I'm so worn out. Why should I just do what he says? I looked around to make sure nobody else was watching. I gave my aunt a tiny nod. Okay, show me the secret, Aunt Minerva. Lady Minerva, Minerva. Can I open my eyes now?
まだまだ。
Now?
はい、目開けていいわよ。レディー・ミネルヴァの秘密の小部屋へようこそ。
The night cat. In the back, the poster. I have a journal with that same poster as the cover. Whoa! I couldn't believe what I was seeing. The room was overflowing with objects from the human realm. Her hat collection was the first thing I noticed, but what interested me the most were the complex machines I'd never seen. This is incredible! So many strange machines I've only glimpsed through the spring. How do you even use these things?
どう？びっくりした？
Yes, Lady Minerva, very. Where did you get all these things?
もちろん人間界にこっそり降りて買ってきたのよ。あ、でもこのことは誰にも内緒よ。ジュピターったら人間に干渉するなってうるさいんだもの。
But don't you need his permission to go down to the human realm in the first place?
ここだけの秘密なんだけどね。実は私、降臨用の扉も自分で作っちゃったの。私専用のゲートよ。
What? I didn't even know something like that was possible.
学問の神に不可能はないわ。あ、でもこれこそ誰にも秘密よ。バレたら八つ咲きどころじゃないもの。
I keep it secret. Okay, I understand.
この部屋も誰にも見つからないように作った私だけの隠し小部屋なの。だから Q ちゃんが初のお客さんってわけ。
Oh, I'm very honored. But why did you decide to show me this?
Q ちゃんの元気がなかったから。というのは建前で、あなたなら私の趣味分かってくれるんじゃないかと思ったのよ。ほら、私ってば変わり者だって深海でよく言われているじゃない。この趣味も分かってくれる子全然いなくって。
I know what she means. Dad told me more than once how strange she is and to stay away from her.
でも人間の文化って本当に面白いのよ。ずっと変わらない時を生きてる神と違って人間はどんどん変化していくの。人間が変わっていくなら私たち神も変わっていくべきなんて思わない？
Excuse me. I guess I see your point. It used to be that nobody ever talked about low birth rates or getting married later in life. Humans used to have to struggle just to survive, so they all did basically the same things to preserve their precious lives. In which case, maybe the rules of matchmaking aren't the same as they used to be? Maybe compatibility alone isn't enough?
というわけで Q ちゃん一緒に DVD 見ましょうよ。
DVD?
DVD 人間たちが作った機械の一つでこれだけで映画が見られちゃうのよ。
DVD movies. I can't say I'd ever really heard those words spoken in Celestia before.
ほらこれとか最新作なんだけど素敵な人間同士の恋が描かれているの。
Brokeback Mountain?
これを見たらキューピッドの恋結びのヒントになるとは思わない？
Yeah, let's watch.
なんてまずは見てみないとわからないわよね。Q ちゃんは映画が何なのかすら知らないんだもの。大丈夫、怖いものじゃないわ。さあそこ座って。レディー・ミネルヴァ劇場の始まり。
Oh my. And that's how my relationship with Aunt Minerva started. Everything in her room that was from the world of man was unfamiliar to me. I was interested in it all. Books, comics, DVDs, all created by humans, not the gods. From the moment I laid eyes on them, I was enthralled. I started visiting her more and more from that day forward. Humans are so amazing. Dad says it's our job to guide the humans, but there are so many things they can do that we can't. But if that's really true, then what are us gods good for? Huh.
素敵な映画だったわね。さすがデミアンヌ監督の新作だわ。
It was just another day of me watching movies with that Minerva in her room. That cushion has become my go-to comfort spot.
どう？ Q ちゃんもこれ気に入った？
Yeah, it was great. But what's this social media thing they keep talking about? The first time I'd heard it, movie was a romantic comedy where lovers had all kinds of misunderstandings thanks to social media. I had no idea what that meant, so unfortunately I only understood parts of the movie.
あら、Q ちゃん SNS 知らないの？ってスマホを持ってなきゃ当然よね。
スマホ。
ジュピターもマーズも電子機器絶対反対派だし。ちょっと待ってね。
Your hat's gone. I like you better without that hat, madam. Aunt Minerva started digging through piles of stuff and finally pulled out something that looked a little like a small stone tablet.
じゃじゃーん。これがスマホ。で、SNS はこうやってやるのよ。
She started pressing buttons on the tablet and sliding her finger across the screen to show me lots of different images. There were all kinds of text, too. Oh, this is just like what we saw in the movie.
しかもこれのすごいところはね、世界中の人間と通信がつながっているところよ。ほら、ここを見て。この人はアフリカから書き込みしてるって位置情報に書かれているでしょ。それが
Hold on. Lady Minerva, what do you mean you connect with people all over the world? She could tell I still don't really understand, so she explained it in more detail. This tablet is called a cell phone, right? It uses a thing called the internet to let people from all over communicate together. Apparently, Aunt Minerva was able to use her divine powers to connect to this internet, even within Celestia. So social media is a tool that lets people communicate with strangers all around the world. Something like that exists, and on top of that, humans invented it?
そうよ。しかも興味あるワードをここに入れると、それについて話している人が見つかるの。例えばハッシュタグデミアンヌ監督でこうやって検索すれば。
Oh, there's so many. People really took the time to write all this?
そうよ。この世界中のどこかにいる誰かの言葉。会ったことない人と意見交換ができる。それが SNS の素晴らしいところよ。
I never would have imagined something like this could really exist. So no matter where you are in the human realm or even Celestia, everyone could communicate with each other.
ほら、キューちゃんもせっかくなら何か調べてみなさいよ。気になる言葉とかあるでしょ？
Well, I thought about it for a second, then I punched in hashtag Cupid. Whoa, look how many! It turns out there were more people talking about Cupid than I ever would have guessed. I just got married and it's all thanks to Cupid. Cupid is the best. There was a non-stop flow of comments in front of me. Well, this is pretty flattering. I have been working pretty hard after all. I guess I've become a better god than I realized.
あら、ちょっと待ってキューちゃん。みんな何かの URL と一緒につぶやいているわ。
Website? Aunt Minerva tapped on the screen a few times and eventually switched over to a picture of a wedding ceremony. Cupid Corporation. What's this? The Cupid Corporation?
あらあら。これは人と人の縁結びをして結婚を手助けする会社みたいね。
Huh? Wait, then...
ええ。人間たちがキューちゃんの真似をしているみたい。
And that's how I found out about Cupid Corporation. HQH, hashtag Cupid Happenstance. That's the name I came up for this fateful coincidence. This one single event was a huge milestone that changed my entire reason for existing. Please, I'd like to meet the men. I'd like to meet the men. Let's go, Los York. Show me the boys. Fuck, just show me the boys. Once again, I find myself sighing wistfully while firing off a few arrows. The HQH incident that took place after I searched the term hashtag Cupid just kept coming back to haunt me. I just got married and it's all thanks to Cupid. Cupid is the best. It had nothing to do with me. It was all about that Cupid Corporation. I found that they were running an 8th anniversary promotion, and part of that was doing a hashtag campaign. Which must be why so many people showed up when I did my search. On top of that...
確かにキューピッドの矢がなくても人間なら縁結びの相性を考えるぐらいできるでしょうね。なんたって人間たちは自分で恋愛心理学というものを生み出して恋心の研究をしているんだから。
Romantic psychology.
She She didn't mean to, but her comments added insult to injury. I didn't think anyone could comprehend the compatibility between people without my bow and arrow. But humans use their innate intelligence to understand compatibility, and they used it to support each other and aid them in dating. Meanwhile, all I was doing was wasting time blaming Lady Juno for the drop in marriage rates. Aunt Minerva also said something else.
彼らはすごいわ。何でも自分の手でやってのけちゃう。だから今の時代に神頼みする人間なんてほとんどいないのよ。
As usual, I gaze into the spring and take aim with my bow. I see people crossing through an intersection, people waiting in line. Pink, blue, yellow, green. But do these colors actually reveal compatibility? If they truly were a match, they wouldn't break up in the first place, right? Then, have I always been wrong? I assumed I was observing true compatibility, but maybe that's never really been the case. Cupid's bow is a defiant artifact, so it's not really my place to question its effectiveness, but if it really did work, marriage rates wouldn't be going down, would they? So maybe Cupid's bow really has been wrong this whole time. Meanwhile, hashtag Cupid keeps on trending on social media, so the Cupid Corporation's matchmaking process is working just fine. Their bridal advisors might even be doing a better job of playing Cupid than I ever have. The more I thought about it, the more time I spent in Aunt Minerva's room trying to learn everything I could about human culture. I would like to see the boys. Humans also developed something called a dating app based on their romantic psychology. It led to doubts in my own work. Maybe humans really didn't need the gods. They'd started using their brains more with ideas the gods had never even considered. Before long, I'd forgotten all about firing off my arrows and was spending all my time researching the ways of humankind. I'd all but abandoned my role as Cupid, which had not gone unnoticed. One day, Dad told me to come and see him. Uh-oh, we're gonna be banished.
キューピッド。相変わらず神としての自覚が薄いようだな。
Dad slowly paced around the room, glaring at me all the while. He wore the same expression he always had when he was lecturing me.
聞いたぞ。お前は最近キューピッドの矢を使っていないようだな。しかも仕事をサボったばかりでなく、あろうことかミネルヴァの部屋に入り浸っていたらしいな。ミネルヴァにはあまり近づくなと言っただろう。
Don't forget to stretch, Melrose and Jan. Stretch, stretch, stretch.
だんまりか。まったく嘆かわしい。神が導いてやらねば人類はどうなる？お前にはキューピッドとしての使命がある。何度も言っているが、それを放棄などするから結婚率が下がっているのだ。
Hey, coughing. It makes me so dizzy. Are you sure about that?
どういうことだ？
Humans are doing fine on their own. They're handling all their matchmaking needs by themselves. Listen, Dad, I've been thinking. Maybe the marriage rates are lower exactly because I've been using my arrows to force them together. Maybe my way of doing things is wrong and they understand better. Maybe...
何を言い出すかと思ったら、なんてくだらない。
Huh?
人間が神より優れているだと？そんなことあるわけないだろう。人間がここまで進化できたのは我ら神のおかげだ。それを奴らの方が正しいなどとくだらんことを言うな。
They understand themselves better.
人間が考えることなんてな、我々神の領域には全く及ばん。そんなこともわからんのか、お前は。
What? That's awful. It's pure arrogance. How can you be so cruel? Humans have been working so hard for so long to do things on their own.
自分たちの力？馬鹿げたことを言うな。あれもすべて 我らが授けた知恵だ。お前も習っただろう。人間の文化が発達したのも全ては我らがいたからだ。その根底を忘れるんじゃない。まったく。だからミネルヴァに近づくなと言ったのだ。
Well, share noises.
お前は若くて未熟だ。あの変人に近づけば余計な価値観を植え付けられると懸念していたのだが。
You're so stubborn.
の
Human wisdom only comes from the gods. And why does Celestia even have any DVDs?
DVD? なんだそれは。
See, you don't even know that much. See, you don't even know that much? It's a device invented by humans all by themselves without any help from the gods. Humans are not foolish. They have the power to create something from nothing, and it's not right for you to deny that fact.
だが人間は愚かだ。どれだけ争いの歴史を繰り返したと思う。神が導かなければとっくに滅亡している。お前がそんなだから結婚率も低下しているんだ。分かったらちゃんとキューピッドとしての仕事を全うしろ。
I have been, but people still are getting married, which means our way of doing things must be wrong.
違う。お前がサボっているからだ。
I have not! At least until the HQH incident happened, I was doing my job as hard as I could.
な H?
The hashtag Cupid happenstance. I was working so hard right until the day I learned humans have been doing their own matchmaking. Do you know, Dad, they have something called romantic psychology. Humans are using their brains to do things we thought only we could. And they're succeeding in it too. They don't need our help to fall in love. I think it's time to let them live their lives as they see fit.
バカな。そんなことでお前はキューピッドとしての役目を放棄するというのか。
Why not? Humans will be better off if we just let them alone. Dad, the era of the gods telling humans how to live is over.
キューピッドなんて愚かな。人の気持ちは簡単に移ろいゆく。任せるなど破滅しか生まん。
Why can't you just trust them?
あやつらの根本は変わらん。愚かで醜い争い好きの生物だ。お前は黙って矢を射って恋結びをすればよい。余計なことを考えるんじゃない。
What? So he just wants me to shut up and go back to thoughtlessly firing off my arrows? Talk about absurd notions. If I could prove that the power of humankind is superior to the power of the gods, that would satisfy you, right?
何よバカバカしい。そんなことができるとでも思うのか。
Yes, I do. And to prove it, I'm gonna go down to the human realm, become a common mortal, and do the matchmaking by hand.
なんだって。
I'll help people get married without using my arrows. If I could do that, then would you admit I'm right? I said it all without really thinking about it, and as I finished, I let out a sharp gasp. I should have done this from the beginning. It's better than sitting around here mulling things over again and again.
何を言い出すかと思えば、キューピッドの矢を使わず恋結びをするだって。
Well, I won't know unless I try.
やるだけ無駄だ。分かったらさっさと仕事に戻れ。
No! He could yell at me all he wanted. This time, I had no intention of bending to his will. Just the idea of admitting he was right made me sick to my stomach. I was more sure than ever that humankind was truly wonderful. And since Dad was being stubborn as ever, I decided I'd prove it to him. I decided I'd prove it to him. Prove that humans didn't need the gods anymore. Still, I'm serious about this. I'll help more people fall in love than I ever could from up here. All you care about is that people by bring together get married, right? Not just love, but lasting connections. I'll prove to you I can do it.
ほう、今よりも多く。だが、今まで恋結びした人数をお前は数えているのか？所詮お前はその程度だ。いいからおとなしく。
Fine. If I can become the most famous bridal advisor in the human world, then will you admit I'm right?
ブライダルアドバ。
It's the human version of Cupid. There are these amazing companies down there called marriage agencies that help people fall in love. I'll join the top agency in the world and become their best employee. That would make me the greatest Cupid in the human world. If I steal away my divine power and then earn my way to the very top, will you admit that I'm right about this?
はっ、 そんなことができれば確かに認めてやろう。できるとは思わないがな。
Ah, well, here's the fun little tip. Never tell someone with ADHD it's impossible. We quite literally are driven by spite. Whether I can or can't isn't important. I have to try. I'll become so famous they'll have me doing interviews for every magazine and TV. And when that happens, Dad, you lose. I'll become the most amazing bridal advisor ever and show you how right I was. As I turn to leave, I could feel my dad starting to panic.
おい、まさか本気で。
Like I'd fuck around? Yes, I'm serious. I hate you, Dad. Well, that was a little harsh. After stabbing it in one last time, I ran out of the room.
おい、いたか。
No,
いや、こっちにはいない。
I fucked off. Now I'm on the run, and I've got divine soldiers chasing after me.
たく、キューピッド様は何をやらかしたらあんなにマーズ様を怒らせるんだ。ほら行くぞ。早く見つけないと俺たちがマーズ様に怒られる。
Jeez, did he seriously have to send them all after me? He said I could go and try, but he still refuses to actually let me do it. Knowing him, if they catch me, I'll end up locked in my room for a long time, to say the least. Dad's methods are just too old-fashioned. He'll have me on house arrest without letting me get in a word edgewise. In which case... time to go see Aunt Minerva. Lady Minerva, you need to help me hide! I snuck past the divine soldiers and ran off toward Aunt Minerva's room.
あら、キューちゃんじゃない。聞いたわよ。マーズに喧嘩売ったんだって。
He's just terrible. He said all these awful things about humankind. So I told him I would prove to him just how amazing humans could be. I look around our room with fresh eyes. I took in all the movies we watched over and over again, all the incredible outfits. Even if the gods had provided them with wisdom, it was the humans themselves that had created all of this. That's just what I wanted Dad to understand, and not just him. I wanted everyone in Celestia to understand. It's not only because of the gods' blessings. It's not only because of the gods' blessings. I just can't believe that all the efforts of humankind had nothing to do with it. I can't ignore all the hard work. Continuing to mindlessly shoot my arrows down at them just didn't seem right. I'm gonna go to the human realm. I'm gonna do my matchmaking as a normal human.
本気？
Very serious. I'm sick of doing whatever my dad says. I want to be more than just the god of love.
まあ、キューちゃん、最高よ。それでこそ私のメイ、心の友だわ。
Please, Lady Minerva, please help me. How can I reach the human realm? Despite everything I said to Dad, I didn't really have any idea how to get down there. It's not like I'd ever tried to leave Celestia before.
そうね。まず人間界で暮らすなら、それ相応の準備が必要よ。それよりも肝心なのは、ジュピターの監視をどうやってかいくぐるかよね。
Yep. Right. I always heard the Lord Jupiter had the power to find any other god at will. And he's a member of the D Consentus, just like Dad. So I'm sure he wouldn't approve of my plan. But it's not like you could just snap your fingers and make me invisible or something, right?
そうね。
So even if I could escape, I'd just be dragged right back. My plan had fallen on its face before I could even get off the starting line. But then my aunt just screamed at me.
そこはこの人間界マニアのレディ・ミネルヴァに任せなさい。
Alright, will do. She clapped her hands and the room got brighter. That little trick had surprised me at first, but not anymore.
まずは追跡対策ね。一応確認するけれど、キューピッドの矢は真具だから外せない。
That's right. Whenever I forget it at the spring or something, it always makes its way back to me. Cupid's bow, a divine artifact that never leaves my side. Right now it feels more like a curse than anything. When I'm not using it, it takes the form of a necklace around my neck. If I need it, I just touch it and it turns back into an actual bow and arrow. No matter where I leave it, it always comes back. In other words, Cupid can never be separated from her bow and arrow.
なるほどね。矢を外せるならすぐに解決すると思ったけれど。
Wait, really?
ええ、あいつはただ真具を追ってるだけだもの。真具さえなければ個体の追跡なんてできないわ。
I have an itch. I had no idea. But wow, she's so casual when she talks about him. But I guess she can do that as a fellow D-consentus. I couldn't do that.
となると矢を何とかしないと見つかるけど、それもあなたのそのキューピッドの矢にちょこっと細工してジャミングしちゃえば大丈夫ね。
Horrible itches. Jumble what now?
探知するのと同じ力を発することで探しづらくなるみたいな意味よ。厳密にはちょっと違うけれどでもその原理でノイズを発する道具を作ってネックレスにつけちゃえば見つからなくなるはずよ。それはこの学問の神であるレディ・ミネルヴァが作ってあげる。ほらこれで1個解決したでしょ。
Nice. Okay, but now I'm thinking about it, is it even possible for me to leave without Lord Jupiter's permission? To descend to the human realm, you'd have to make a formal request to Lord Jupiter. Then you could enter the wood of the cave near the round table. But if I can't use that, then...
あら、私が作ったゲートがあることをお忘れかしら？
Oh! That's right! And Minerva did tell me about a secret gate she made leading to the human world. Then you'll let me use it?
もちろんよ。可愛い姪っ子のためだもの。というわけで追跡防止と降臨の仕方はクリアね。あと一番の問題は人間界に降りてからの生活よね。キューちゃんも知ってるわよね。神であっても人間界に行ったら人間と同じような体になるって話。
Oh yeah, I've heard that before. Our bodies become human, which means we have to eat in order to survive and sleep in order to function day to day.
住民票の偽造に住処の確保はまあ神の力でなんとかなるとして問題は生活費よね。キューちゃん、人間界の降臨って初めてなのよね。
Yeah.
さすがに私でも金の偽造はやったら怒られるどころじゃないし。
Please don't counterfeit money. Please don't counterfeit money.
ま、そこはキューちゃんに頑張ってもらうとしますか。一緒に歩。
A part-time job? Like that thing we always see in the movies?
そうよ。
Part-time job. Such a wonderful phrase. Filled my heart with joy. Wait, see? Ton of Sillywood.
One second, I'm gonna check on... Okay. Okay, I was checking to make certain restream was being alright. It was being nice to me.
We'd seen tons of Sillywood actresses play roles where they had to work at part-time jobs.
それに安心して。一応選別に1ヶ月ぐらいの生活費は私がお小遣いにあげるわ。
Should last you a month. Alright, cool.
でもそれ以上滞在するつもりならきちんと自分で自分の食いぶちを稼ぐこと。いい？
Gotta get our own monies. I understand.
あんまりお手伝いできなくてごめんね、キューちゃん。
It's all good. It's okay. You've already helped plenty, Lady Minerva. After all, this started out as an argument just between my dad and me.
そりゃ可愛い姪っ子が悩んでいたら考えないわけにはいかないわよ。それに私だってマーズの考えにムカつくし。人間は素晴らしいのよ。それなのに私以外の神は全然それに気づいてくれない。それどころかマーズったらいっつも私のこと変人扱いするんだもの。ちょっとぐらい反省してほしいじゃない？
So that explains it. Minerva was always talking about how she was sick of the old-fashioned views of the other stubborn gods.
それにね、実は私も何度も人間界に移住する妄想をしているの。十二神だからさすがに実行には移せないけど。
Oh my.
Lady Minerva, you have?
ええ、何通りもシミュレーションしてるわ。だからこのレディ・ミネルヴァに任せて。さ、そうと決まったら準備に取り掛かるわよ。なんだか楽しくなってきちゃった。キューちゃんはどんな家に住みたい？
She quickly pulled out her cell phone and started browsing through real estate properties for me. My mission is to run away from home and prove Dad wrong, to live in the human realm.
あ、人間界の服も必要よね。映画ヘアブリーチの服が可愛かったわ。どこに置いたかしら。
Hair bleach? You mean hairspray? It feels like this movie is based on like the American 50s or 60s. I think 50s. Once we got started, things fell into place one after another. After all of our preparations were done, Aunt Minerva showed me to a door marked 221B.
さあ、これが私の作った人間界への降臨用ゲートよ。
Wow! 221B? Isn't that the same as Shamrock Holmes?
ご名察。さすが Q ちゃんね。これを作った時、ちょうどその映画にハマってたのよ。人間界へ降りれば他にもいろんな映画のロケ地に行けるわ。その服も似合ってるわね。勉強も仕事も恋も頑張るロマンス映画のヒロインみたいよ。楽しんできてね。
Well, thank you so much, Lady Minerva. Keep in mind, everything I learned from all those movies, I focused on things like dating agency, social media, and of course, #Cupid. A city and culture built entirely by mankind. And before long, I'd be standing in the middle of it.
ああ、でも映画仲間がそばからいなくなるのは私も寂しいわ。元気でやるのよ、Q ちゃん。
Oh, Lady Minerva. I gave her one last hug and she hugged me back tightly. We'd become almost like mother and daughter. I'm gonna become an amazing bridal advisor and make Dad eat his words.
その息よ。さ、名残惜しいけれど、ぐずぐずしてたら身辺に見つかっちゃう。いってらっしゃい。楽しんできてね。
A gate opened and Minerva gave me a gentle nudge and then... out we go. Jiminy Christmas. What the... When I opened my eyes, I was greeted with an image straight out of the movies I'd seen. People. There were people everywhere. Colorful shops lined the streets. It was a vibrant world, completely unlike the dull divine realm. So this is the human realm. All my worries melted away as my heart began to fill with excitement. Step 1, go to college and study romantic psychology. Step 2, graduate and get a job at Cupid Corp. I'm gonna become a bridal advisor and learn how to connect people without using my divine powers. That's my ultimate goal. There are plenty of matchmaking services in the world, but it looks like the one with the highest success rate is this Cupid Corporation. Based on my research, it's safe to assume that the Cupid Corporation is the top matchmaking service in the world. I'm gonna have to become the top bridal advisor at the best company in the world and prove Dad wrong. And if we're gonna do this, I'm gonna do it right. And Minerva and I prepared everything I need to succeed. First off, I need to get into college. Apparently Cupid Corp won't hire anyone without a college degree. I'm gonna beat you, Dad. I'm gonna show you how I was right. A strange creature seemed to be reacting to my excited muttering. Huh? Wait, is that a divine beast? The deconsentas had tamed fantastical animals of all kinds and shapes to do their bidding. These were known as divine beasts. I remember feeling something bump my shoulder as I went through the gate, but I just figured it was Aunt Minerva giving me one last little push. Hello there. What's your name?
Chi.
Chi, huh? Oh, hey, nice to meet you, Chi.
Chi.
Oh shoot, I probably shouldn't hang around here too long. Where was my new home again? Were we just standing in the middle of the street? Amazing. I wandered down the street while looking over the instructions Aunt Minerva had given me. She'd run the address of a share house she found online. In a city like Los York, roommates are basically mandatory if you want to be able to afford rent. Looks like I'll be living with someone named Gil Lovecraft. Oh no. Aunt Minerva said that the name Lovecraft literally means to create love, so it was perfect fit for a roommate. I bet having roommates is gonna be so much fun, just like in the movies. I wonder what they'll be like. As of today, I get to experience the thrill of having a roommate.
え？ルームシェアの相手はマイクっていう男？
Oh, my aunt must have written that in without really thinking. Sorry, I'm not Mike. Anyway, nice to meet you.
Chi.
おお
Oh.
女の子とルームシェア
Yes. Amazing deduction. Uh-oh. Yes? Oh, feathers. Parasite 5. Okay, are we moving on? We're getting back to present day? Yes. We are! Finally, we're back in present day. So that's what I went through to get here. Even the name I'm using now is just something I came up with on the spot based on a character from a movie I'd seen. I couldn't say I was Cupid. I didn't really know much about the day-to-day reality of the human realm back then, so I made a ton of mistakes. But now here I am, working as the company's top bridal advisor. That wasn't easy, I can say that much. Hi, Chi.
何か言ったか
Nope, not me. Chi's cry brought me back to my senses. I'd nearly forgotten I was right in the middle of a meeting with the president. It's just that after hearing the word promotion, I couldn't help but think about how far I'd come. I had no idea Chi was here. I woke up so early, I figured he'd still be fast asleep. So you just need me to support these 5 candidates and help them get married.
なあ彼らは他のトップブライダルアドバイザーたちがこぞって無理だとサジを投げた会員でな
Oh, amazing, great, I get the fucking rejects.
確かパラサイト5と陰では呼ばれているそうだ
I'm sorry, I don't really keep up with the latest rumors.
いやその方がいい妙な先入観を持たれても困るしなというわけで彼らは結婚できる見込みがないと烙印を押され半ば放置されていたんだだが我が社の会員になった以上放っておくわけにはいかない成婚率は社の評判にも関わるからな
Oh, man, it's just...
お前は今年からトップブライダルアドバイザーになったばかりだ正直荷が重いかもしれないがやる気のある社員だと聞いている
It would be my honor to try.
ひとまずプロフィールシートを見てくれ
Let's see here. At the president's urging, I began reading through the documents. Hey, there's a good Lovecraft in here. Gil Love...
Oh, 24, not 14. God, that makes so much more sense. I was like, what do you mean he's 14?
Gil Lovecraft. Assuming it's the same person, that's my former roommate. He was a year above me in college and he moved out when he graduated. I haven't seen him in at least 2 years. Nah, that'd be too crazy of a coincidence. It must be someone else with the same name. I continued reading through their profiles. Ral Aconite. Yes. Ryuki F. Kesain. Okay. Alan Melville. Huh? When I read they reached the last profile, it tilted my head in confusion. All the information had been neatly filled in by a computer, but the name had been left blank. That's Shell, Snails. Mr. Snail, who is this? That doesn't have a name on it.
それは
Uh-huh.
そのうち詳細がいくひとまず連絡先は下記にあるので
Oh my god.
それで対応してくれ
That's freaking crazy, man.
Mr. Snail seemed surprisingly awkward when he said that. I wonder if it's a relative of his or something. Anyway, if I can get these 5 guys married, I'll get my promotion, and then I can shove that in Dad's face.
どうだできそうか
Yeah, I'll find you a husband. I'll find you a husband. I mean, technically, yes. It feels like he's staring straight to me, waiting for the right answer. I'm a quick save. Because I feel like I'll do it for the sake of our members. They do all seem kind of stubborn in their own way, but it's not impossible, right? I'm the god of love. Matchmaking is my sworn duty. I'll do my best.
そうか。そう言ってもらえて何よりだ。
Oh, love, love. And love power. I'm so confused. What test happened? He had love, love, and I got love, love? Okay, moving on. To start off with, I think we'll get in touch with them to set up a meeting.
面談をするのか。
Definitely. I'd like to talk to them face to face to find out what kind of people they might be compatible with. Their habits, their beliefs, how they grew up, it all affects the type of person that's best for them.
そうか。我が社には優秀なエンジニアの作ったマッチングシステムがあるはずだが。
We already have a matching system created.
なるほどな。この勤勉さがトップブライダルアドバイザーになった秘訣というわけか。
Yes. That's right. I may as well put my degree in romantic psychology to use, right? That's the whole reason I went to college, after all. I wanted to learn how to succeed at matchmaking using the power of human nature. That's my one and only goal.
では、この5人のことも結婚まで導いてくれ。今日の話は以上だ。頼りにしているぞ。
I won't let you down. I'll get started right away.
ああ。
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, Mr. Snail?
やはり一人だけ空欄はまずかったか。
Mm-hmm.
一人だけ頼んでは怪しまれると思い、パラサイト5と呼ばれていることを利用して5人の中に紛れ込ませたが、かえって目立ったか。だが偽名を使って問題が起きても困るしな。匿名希望ということにしておくか。
Mm-hmm.
しかし面談か。
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
どうやら誰かに代理を頼むしかないようだ。
Uh-huh. And that's how the challenge and my pursuit of promotion began. The Cupid Corporation is now responsible for a group of famously problematic members, known in the business as the Parasite 5. If I can help them all get married, I'll earn another promotion to rise even higher than top bridal advisor. To reach the very top of Cupid Corporation, which is already the very top of the industry, now's my chance to prove to Dad that humans can do wonderful things all on their own. Well, anyway, I'm supposed to have a meeting with the Parasite 5 today, but looks like problems are already popping up. I got misted immediately. One was talking about stealing, one was babbling about mythology, and the last was the wrong guy.
それで全知全能の神ゼウスも太陽を滑るアマテラス大神もどちらも両性具有説があるから同一の存在ではと。
Oh, he just has a special interest.
運命だ。そうそう、それは運命で。ってあれ、君ギル？え？あれ？ナール？
Oh, they know each other.
はーい、久しぶり。再会できるなんて嬉しいな。わは、俺もだよ。久しぶり。
二人とも知り合い？後でみんなで飲みに行こっか。
本当にこいつら結婚する気あるのかしら。
Clarice, quiet. I did my best to get Clarice to bite her tongue, but she still beat the ball with disgust. Not only is she one of our bridal advisors, but she's also one of the system engineers who built the company's cutting-edge matching algorithm. She's part of the meeting so that she can get direct reference data for the system from the infamous Parasite 5.
行きましょう。時間の無駄よ。
Clarice! Clarice was forcing herself to smile, but I could tell how mad she was. Even after telling me that even after telling them they'd never get married, none of them seemed to notice. That had annoyed her for sure. These Parasite 5 must really be something if they can ignore someone as beautiful as Clarice. Back when we were in college, Clarice had modeling agents coming after her constantly. Anyway, I have to get these guys married if I want to earn that promotion. Hello everyone, I'd like to conduct a one-on-one meeting with each of you. Can you follow me to the next room? Just smile and nod and keep talking. Case 1, Gil Lovecraft. Dream wedding at Cupid Corp. Your name is Good Lovecraft, Crack. Nice to meet you.
ああ、会えて嬉しいよ。
Yes! He cut in abruptly and immediately took my hand. That open smile of his was one thing I could never forget. It looked so different. I wasn't 100% sure before, but... Are you really the same Gil I used to know? Gil Lovecraft, my old roommate. He really helped me out when I first got to the human realm and had no idea what I was doing. He was also going to Lost York University, just like me. Me, him, and Claris hung out all the time back then.
久しぶり。まさかこんなところで再会するだなんて思わなかったな。
Yeah, same here. You've really changed a lot. Your fashion sense has improved for one thing.
ありがとう。君に褒められるのが一番嬉しいよ。
Well, he's already got a straight crush. I see you still love to exaggerate, though.
もちろんだよ。実はあれから何度も君に連絡を取ろうと思ったんだけれど、勇気が出なくてさ。
Now we're gonna go, I definitely would have responded, though. Really? How come? I would have been happy to hear from you anytime.
いや、その気まずいというか、なんというか、俺が変わらないと意味ないだろうしって思っちゃって。
Oh.
もう少し自信が持てるようになってからとか、いろいろ自分に言い訳しちゃってさ、それでずるずると2年も経っちゃって。
Oh, honey.
でもますます綺麗になってて驚いたよ。彼氏とかいるの？
Right off the bat? Dating? No, not at the moment.
そっか。
Oh, no. How about you, Gil? Are you... Oh, sorry, dumb question. That's why you're here after all. Anyway, let's start the official interview.
面談？
Well, that is why you came to us, right? To find someone to marry?
そうだったよね。うん、そうなんだけど、君に会えたらそんな気持ちも吹き飛んだというか。
じゃあ大会する？
え？クラリス！
はい、ギル。
いつからここに？
あら、入室時からずっとここにいたわ。なんて冗談よ。ちょっと覗きに来ただけ。昔
なんだ。よかった。
I wasn't sure it was him at first, but Clarice had obviously recognized it was the same old Gil right away. Clarice is one of our best system engineers. I'll be working with her to find you the perfect girl for you. We use what we call the Cupid system to collect data and calculate your ideal mate. I'm sure we'll find someone amazing in no time.
ファイト、ギル。今度こそ運命の相手を射止めてちょうだい。
Oh, he's precious. Right, come on, Gil, let's do this.
お願いします。
Oh, he wants to be with us. I can already tell that.
Case 2, name lip blank. It's nice to see you again, Owen.
代理のオーウェン・ヘリオットです。よろしくお願いいたします。
Yes.
ああ、よろしく頼む。
He wanted to keep it a secret, but he came here?
Mr. Snail, what are you doing here?
彼は私の秘書だからな。
Uh-huh. Okay, and what about this mystery member?
多忙な方ですので来られないということでした。
Mm-hmm. Well, could you at least tell me his name?
匿名ということでしたので S 氏とお呼びください。
Mr. S? Mr. Snail? Why are we not fucking connecting the dots?
Monsieur S.
面談を続けてくれ。
Okay, well, if possible, I'd like to schedule a meeting with Mr. S in person.
面談に赴くことはできないと伺っております。
What about going on dates with our female members? Is that a possibility?
いえ、 そちらも私が代理で伺うことになっております。
Oh my god, how the hell? At some point I'm gonna have to talk to him, even if it's just on the phone.
電話に出ることはできないと伺ってお
Can
り
I
ます
hazard? Can we email? What about email or texts?
それは OK です。私が代わって
Oh
お
my
返事を差し上げますが、
How the hell am I gonna matchmake him if I can't even talk to him? If the member... Listen, Owen, have you even met this Mr. S?
はい。
Great, then let me be direct. Is this person serious about wanting to get married?
うちの会員なんだ。したいに決まっているだろう。
I would hope so.
Yep, there we go. We fucking got it.
And just to confirm, Mr. Snail, this Mr. S wouldn't happen to be you, would it?
私は愛妻家だ。婚活するわけないだろう。
You're married?
Ah, that's right. I do apologize for such a silly question. I suddenly remembered all the media spots that talked about how the president of the Cupid Corporation was a loving and dedicated husband. And then why does this person refuse to meet with me? I really feel like he just doesn't exist.
いえ、ただクライアントには特別な秘密があり、それを漏らすわけにはいかないため、このような形で。
He's got a very special secret, you hear? Uh-huh. A special secret? And are you able to share that secret with me at least?
申し訳ございません。それも口止めされておりま
I've
す。
been completely rude. I can't tell you anything about this man, but you must find someone he can marry.
A special secret? I wonder if it's like a mafia boss or someone that's especially elderly. Maybe he's someone who feels hopeless about his looks or his voice, or a famous celebrity who doesn't want word of his marriage getting out. But our security is actually really good, and even big-name actors have used our services. Regardless, if he's really that serious about keeping it a secret, it's my job as his advisor to respect that. Fine, then let's just discuss his member profile, shall we? It says here one of his hobbies is to BSS in all things. What does SS mean?
それは当然最高位ランクの意味に決まっているだろう。
ええ、SS ランクの SS
Oh,
をお聞
like,
きしています。
okay, like in games. Okay, so his hobby is just to be the best? So he values social standing more than anything else.
はい。
And it also says he wants someone who can accept my work and push me to do better. So he wants someone to help keep that SS rank.
そのように伺っております。
In other words, all he wants from marriage is to improve his social standing.
諸般の事情があるとお聞きしております。
In that case, I'm forced to ask again, what are these circumstances?
申し訳ございません。そのお話はできないという
This
こ
is
とで。
like being told to. It's like being told to guess what's in the box, but we're not like, you know, those boxes where you're supposed to put your hand in and feel whatever the heck is inside and guess what it is. It's like we're being told to do that, except we're not allowed to put our hand in the box.
Of course not. I know I sound like a broken record, but does this person you represent actually want to get married? I let an annoyed sigh and glared at Owen. Beads of sweat were forming on his brow and he nodded his head slowly.
はい。それはもう本気で。
Good, fine, then I'll send him an email later. Since the person in question isn't here, there's nothing more for us to talk about.
よろしくお願いいたします。
よろしく頼む。
Case 3, Ral Aconite. So you're Ral Aconite. I'm very pleased to meet you.
うん、指導よろしくね。
Oh, he sounds pretty normal so far.
ところで君のそのネックレス、すごく可愛いね。もしかしてキューピッドの矢がモチーフになってる。
Oh, yes it is. Although it's not based on Cupid's bow, it's the real thing.
やっぱり。ねえ、君はキューピッドが女性に好まれるモチーフであることについてどう思う？
That is getting it's getting popular. That's all I think. I'm sorry?
キューピッドは少年の姿で描かれることが多いけれど、俺が思うにキューピッドが少年の姿をしているのには2つの理由があると思っていて。
We've activated his info dump. Why don't we just begin the interview? To begin with, are there any major issues you're unwilling to compromise on in your marriage?
結婚？難しい質問だな。俺当分する気はないし、具体的に思いつかないんだけれど。
What the fuck are you doing here then? Excuse me, did you just say you're not planning to get married?
え？結婚しなきゃダメ？
No, it's your choice. It's not like we can force you, but if that's the case, why did you join our service?
稽古じゃないの？
Research? What kind of research?
もちろん。次の映画のだよ。
Ral pulled out a thick stack of paper and dropped it on the desk. What's this?
次に俺が出演する映画の台本。
Oh, you're an actor. Script? Movie? Starring? I flipped to the first page and read the title, Goddess Upon the Camel, Part 2. Goddess Upon the Camel? Is that... I'd watched that movie a whole bunch of times with Aunt Minerva. I vaguely remember hearing on the news they were making a second one. Goddess Upon the Camel is a romantic comedy where a cute girl struggles to balance work and her love life. It came back to me that everyone's excited about Raoul Aconite being cast as the heroine's love interest. Wait, you're the Raoul Aconite? The Sillywood actor? The star of Wild Spider and Hannibal?
あれ、今気づいた？
Sorry, I try to keep my mind blank so I don't come in with any preconceived notions about a member before I meet them.
なるほど。俺が台本読むときと一緒だ。
But it's pretty bad that I didn't realize it was him even after saying the name. Sillywood's Raoul Aconite is a total heartthrob loved by girls all over the world. I should have made the connection immediately. Besides, we've had a few Sillywood actors use our services in the past. I never expected a Sillywood star to be part of the Parasite 5. Looking at him now, though, this is obviously the same Raoul Aconite that we're all familiar with. Ah, well, all that matters at this point is that he's my member. Being a famous actor isn't important right now. Okay, well, I'd like to talk about the comment you made earlier about this being research for your movie. Is that the only reason you came to us? Raoul hit me with a gentle, innocent smile.
マネージャーが登録したんだよね。俺の恋愛の演技が全然ダメだから恋心を知ってこいって。
Well, that's a pretty rough, read.
それにここシリウッド女優やセレブたちが利用してるって話題になってたでしょ。セキュリティとプライバシーが万全だからって。だからこのラクダに乗った女神パート2の稽古にうってつけだってマネージャーは言ってたんだ。
Goddess upon the camel. What a name. So that really is just for research. Then that means he really probably shouldn't get married, huh? I'll have to bring this up with his agent, along with the president. I cleared my throat and flashed the most professional smile I could manage. I think I understand. So your goal is to learn about love. If you don't mind me asking, do you have much experience with relationships?
俺としてはしてたつもりなんだけどね。どうも普通の人と違うみたいでさ。
What the fuck do you mean by that?
監督にも全然心がこもってないって言われちゃった。
I have to imagine it's probably bad for your co-star in a romance to know nothing about love. He's always in action movies before. He earned a reputation for doing amazing stunts, and he's never really had to do any romantic work before. Although I feel like there have been a few bedroom scenes, as it were. He must have thought he could just force his way through it without really understanding love. I think I get it. Could you describe what you look for in a partner?
ごめん。俺もう行かなきゃ。
え？は？
これから神話討論会なんだ。ギリシャ、ローマ神話、北欧神話を主に扱ってて、今日は12神に関する文献を読み解く予定。
When you say the 12 Olympians, are you talking about like Mars, Minerva, Diana, those Olympians?
君、12神のことがわかるの？
You could say that. I mean, I definitely don't know them. Obviously, I couldn't tell him I had a huge argument with one of those 12 gods not that long ago. I gave him a non-committal smile as he got even more excited and grabbed me by the shoulders.
しかも君はギリシャ神話の神たちを英語名で呼ぶんだね。俺は普段ギリシャ名で呼ぶからなんだか新鮮だよ。
I've activated his special interest. Oh my god. That's a good point. The Greek and Romans have different names for the same gods, so it can get a bit confusing. For example, Jupiter is his Roman name, but he's known as Zeus in Greek mythology. Okay, cool. We don't have to worry about mixing the Greek and the Romans. And I'm used to being called Cupid, but in Greek they refer to me as Eros. I guess that's why Mom used to call me Eros sometimes. It didn't really bother me in Celestia, but it's actually kind of embarrassing down here.
じゃあ君と話すときはなるべく英語名で神の名前を言うようにするよ。でも間違えたらごめんね。
No, it's fine. You can use whatever names you want.
じゃあ早速だけど、いろいろ聞かせて。君はミネルヴァのことはどう？
Well, she's really smart and she knows all about fashion and the latest trends. She's really incredible.
じゃあマーズは？
He's a stubborn old man past his prime who's obsessed with past glory.
なんて面白い解釈なんだ。じゃあ君はこの文献についてどう思う？
He suddenly pulled out some kind of book. Is this the Satyricon?
この本を読んだことが？なんて子だ。ぜひ今日の神話討論会に君も来てくれ。
Well...
ほら、この文献はネロ期に書かれたと言われてるだろ。ここから当時はどのように神話が扱われていたか議論する予定なんだ。ぜひ君も一緒に。
Oh my. I'm afraid I'll have to pass. I still have a lot of work left to do today. He keeps getting more and more excited, and I did my best to calm him down. I gave him back the book and his script, but he's crestfallen.
それは残念だ。まあいいか。これからたくさん指導で君には会うからね。次は君の考える十二支について聞かせて。じゃあまた。
Morel gave me an energetic wave and left the room. And just like that, he's gone. For now, I should probably get in touch with his agent. I'll also have to talk to Mr. Snail and let him know Raoul has no intention of getting married. That's a problem. Alright, we're gonna get to know all the guys, and then we're gonna get to a stopping point, and we're gonna end the stream for tonight. But we're gonna get to know all the guys. Ryuki FK-san. I wanna know how the heck he pronounces that last name. He must be Ryuki FK-san. It's very nice to meet you.
DA536E.
Eh? What was that? He glanced at me quickly, then looked away. It's like he had nothing more to say to me. Well, I've dealt with my fair share of uncooperative members before. But as a god of love, it's my duty to help them get married. So what the heck was that DA536E thing? It's a hex code. Probably our hair. I didn't know what to make of it, but I didn't have time to figure it out, so I just jotted it down in one corner of his profile sheet. I put on my most professional smile and made clear eye contact. Mr. K-Sign, may I ask what your ideal marriage looks like? Do you have a clear vision of what you're looking for? For example, actions or habits that you absolutely can't stand, or... Again with that mist!
乾燥。乾燥は美容の大敵だから。
What? What the heck is this mist? My skin. My skin! Welcome! This has become a horror game. My skin! It's absorbing it so easily. I feel so much more supple.
言っとくけど、これは最低限の話だから。
Oh god, I'm gonna hate you. I just know it. Oh. I see. So that's what he can't stand. So what you're saying is you can't stand women who don't take care of their looks.
許せないとかじゃなくて、人間の最低ラインだから。
Well, I'm ready to punch you. I see. I looked from his face to the sheet in front of me. His profile sheet was unique, to say the least. In the color cooking section, he wrote, I only eat things that give skin a healthy glow. Talking about his days off, he said he likes shopping for humidifiers and other beauty products. Under skills and hobbies, he wrote erasing any unsightly individuals from my memory. And his ultimate partner is someone whose face could score perfect marks. Good grief. He sounds like quite the pain in the butt. If I'm being honest, I'm starting to wonder if I'll be able to help him at all. No, it's this kind of situation that might actually prove Dad right. I shook my head to clear such negative thoughts. Even in cases like this, I have to believe that matchmaking is possible even without Cupid's bow. So, have you ever been in a relationship before? Under the section describing your ideal partner, you wrote to someone whose face can score perfect marks. I'd really appreciate it if you would explain exactly what you mean by that. I patiently tried prying more information from him, but Ryuki just sighed slowly. Finally, he turned to look straight at me for once.
いい？これは計算員家の人間なら当たり前の価値観なんだけど、頭に偏差値があるように顔にも偏差値があるんだよ。
Oh, K-sign. Grades for faces.
頭の良さを数値化できるなら美に対してもできて当然でしょ。
Oh. Okay.
偏差値70以上の S ランク、顔が僕の目に映る、恋愛対象として認識できるレベル。
Well, what's the rubric?
偏差値65以上の A ランク、話に耳を傾けられるぐらい。これぐらいじゃないと友人として認められない。
Oh, this man makes me tired.
偏差値60以上の B ランク、存在はまあ認識できるけど、せいぜい知人止まり。偏差値55以上の C ランク、仕事としてなら関わる。それ以上の興味はない。君はここ。
は？
それで偏差値55以下の D ランク。ここは僕とは違う世界の住人、ファンタジー。正直目に入ってても存在を認識できない。
Oh. Aha. So in my case, you wouldn't interact with me unless it was related to work somehow.
そう。
I can help but feel a little relieved that this is all part of my job. So then, is there any way for someone to raise their rank?
美容の知識と技術を学んでちゃんと実践する。頭の偏差値を上げるのと一緒だよ。バカじゃないの？乾燥に気をつけてメイクと服装を整えれば、どんな人間でも偏差値60にはなれる。まあ、その最低限をしてないのばっかりなんだけど。
Oh my god. Clothes? I thought this was about faces! So if someone can't reach that bare minimum, then he won't even consider them human. His words aren't exactly kind, but I'm glad he at least bothered to explain himself. That's better than him sitting in silence. Since he's here, he must want to get married. It's my job to help make that a reality. I glanced at his portfolio to find something else to discuss when I noticed what he listed under occupation. Fashion designer. Putting that together with his name, a light bulb suddenly went over my head. Ryuki. Wait! There was an article in the latest issue of Weddings Monthly talking about the best tuxedos from a brand called Keisain. Is that you?
ああ、それ、おばあ様のブランド。僕はそこのデザイナーじゃない。
Ah, I see. I'm sorry I didn't realize the connection sooner.
ま、おばあ様も僕が孫だって公表してないし。僕がやってるブランドは隆起だから。
Interesting.
とは言っても、うちはメンズしか作ってないから、あんたには関係ないかもしれないけど。
Ah, this is line of men's clothing. I approached him then he moved his brand to make sure I wouldn't forget. I glanced up to find his cold eyes staring back at me. Sent shivers down my spine. So, moving on. More mist?
God, I am allergic to so many things, especially related to like face products and shit. I'm just like, don't spray me with shit I don't know.
ここ空調悪いから。肌にも悪いし帰る。
Bye, I guess. I touched my face, which was now dripping wet. Gross.
maybe I should install a humidifier? Interesting, so dehydration seems to be one of his big concerns. I'll talk to Mr. Snail to see if we can bring in some humidifiers. I guess that was good. I don't know what these things mean. Alright, Alan Melville, last boy. The boy that caught my eye. But now all of these look like assholes, so I'm just like, You must be Alan Melville. I'm very happy to meet you. So, Mr. Melville, I understand you work for a high-end pillow store?
ああ、そうだよ。寝ている間に肩こりするなら、9番街ラグジュアリーピローへ。ぴったりの枕をお届けするよ。
Oh, okay then.
Thank you for the offer. Now then, what exactly are you looking to get out of marriage, Mr. Melville?
ああ、俺のことはアランでいいよ、アワハニ。可愛い君にはそう呼ばれたいからさ。
What?
Bounce! What? Okay, no, how do I gotta listen to this? Bounce! Bounce! What? Bounce! I'm so confused! Why does the random English lyrics in the music? Bounce. Also, why did he call me our darling?
I'm afraid I must decline, Mr. Melville. It's how I speak to all my members.
それないな。
Alan smiled at me, but I couldn't bring myself to return the gesture. I'm sorry, but as a bridal advisor, it's a matter of propriety. Also, I have to ask, why did you call me our darling?
名前を覚えるよりも効率的でしょ。俺たちの可愛い子ちゃんって意味だよ。
Oh. So you just don't bother to learn people's names. It's even worse than I would have imagined. And that's almost to explain why he said our instead of my.
それに君以外のアドバイザーのみんなは喜んでくれたよ。アワースイート、アワーハニー、プーベアーズって呼ぶとさ。
Pooh Bear? Hold on a second, Pooh Bear?
Mr. Melville, have you hit on every advisor you've had like this?
だから、アランだって言っただろ。
Refused! Fine then, Alan. I'll assume the answer to my question is yes.
まさか、たまにしかしないよ。それに俺、人のものじゃないと満足できないし。
Oh, okay. You just have a cucking kink. Okay, well, we can deal with that. Excuse me? It's not all that uncommon.
ってことで、君も誰かに恋してくれたら特に俺の好みになるんだけど、ボーイフレンドとかいないの
E9. As a matter of fact, I don't, but don't you think that's kind of a strange requirement? I recalled a phone call from you before, something about stealing and borrowing. So when you say you're not interested unless she belongs to someone else, what you mean is you enjoy stealing other people's girlfriends.
そういう体質なんだよ。ごめんね。でも、略奪って言われるのは不服だな。
He either has a cucking kink or a netorere kink. I'm not certain which one's worse. Bounce!
I can't take this seriously with the bounce.
シェアハウス、シェアオフィス、シェアサイクル。こんなにもシェアが当たり前になっている時代なのに、どうして恋人をシェアするのはダメなの？
Okay, you just have a netorere kink, or a cucking kink, or you're polyamorous. Like, look, there's 3 options on the floor for you. Which one do you want to pick? Door number 1, 2, or 3? I can deal with all 3. Share.
そう、シェア。俺は奪いたいわけじゃなくて、
Bounce.
共有したいんだよ。
Alright, okay. So you're polyamorous.
それを許してくれないから、結果的に略奪って言われちゃうんだ。
Okay, polyamory. Miss Mirror. What's your success in being commonplace? The whole world would fall into chaos. It wouldn't. Polyamory is not chaos.
俺は非常に合理的な考え方だと思うけれど、君だってルームシェアしてたんでしょ?
Well, I did live in a share house at one point, but wait, did I tell you that?
さあ、どうだったかな?
What's going on here?
とにかく、君、結構俺の好みだからさ。さっきいた他の4人の誰かと付き合ってみてよ。みんなビジュアル良かったし、どう?
Denied! That is not acceptable. I slam my hands down on the desk. I'm suddenly furious at his shameless audacity. I'll be perfect. It's perfectly obvious why you haven't gotten married yet, Alan.
俺はただ他人に恋している女の子が好きなだけだよ。
That's morally and ethically completely off limits.
でも自分に恋をされても美味しくないんだよね。
So you simply can't see anyone as a potential mate unless they already belong to someone else.
そう受け取ってもらっても構わないよ。
If you weren't already aware, you should realize that polygamy is against the law. Well, that's just marriage. There's no law that says you can't be in a relationship.
つまり結婚しなければ法に触れないわけだ。
Why are you even here in the first place?
そりゃ結婚に興味があるからさ。
But you... If we're gonna make any progress, we're gonna have to adjust your fundamental perspective on things.
お褒めに預かり光栄です。
I can see now why all his other advisors gave up on him. Changing this guy's basic outlook on life isn't gonna be an easy task. He says he's interested in marriage, but all he really wants is other people's lovers. I have no idea how to find him a partner. What if I introduce him to someone looking to commit marriage-based fraud? No, we must address his fetish. Or the marriage will crumble.
What if we become a sex therapist?
To be honest, it'd be heck a lot easier to just shoot him with one of my...
My brain stopped right there. It'd be a lot easier to just shoot him with one of my arrows.
But that would be admitting defeat to my dad. Even so, I have no idea if I'll actually be able to change my members' values. Still, I have no choice but to do it. I need to get promoted and prove Dad wrong. When I returned to my senses, I realized Alan was holding my hand. I immediately slipped away. No! Bad dog. Bad dog. Oh boy. Now then. With all the interviews finished, I returned to my desk and stared at the 5 profile sheets. Where do I even begin? To be honest, this was the first time I'd ever had to deal with members that seemed so utterly hopeless from the start. Up until now, I'd always found a solution. Some were more difficult than others, but they all had an honest desire to get married. But this time around, it seems like Gil's the only one that actually wants to find a wife. I don't think so. I think he wants to find you. But even in his case, I showed him a bunch of member data earlier, but every time he said she's not my type and turned it down.
Chi?
Hi, Chi. She stared up at me, unsure what to do. Excuse me. I picked him up, put him on my lap, and started to pet him. Chi's a divine beast, so nobody else can see him. When I want to pet him, I have to do it in secret. I wonder what Gil's type even is. I always got a sense he had a thing for Claris back when we were in school. In which case, why don't I try matching the two of them together? Everyone else is a little too complicated at the moment. Looking back at my interview notes, I was reminded that I'd written down something Ryuki said. DA536E. What could that possibly mean? I did a quick search for the item. It's a hex code! Yeah, the word camellia popped up. It looks like some kind of dark pink color. It's your hair. I already mentioned a color.
あら、あなたはそこそこ可愛い色なのね。よかったじゃない。
Huh? What do you mean? Clarissa called out suddenly and I looked up at her.
それ、例の計算員くんの選んだ色でしょ？彼、人に対して色が見えるって話よ。
Do you mean their hair color? A person's color? Is that like some kind of synesthesia? People with synesthesia can often taste words or see sounds. It's similar to my ability to sense compatibility between two people, so I spent some time learning about the subject.
ああ、それそれ。確か美人はいい色に見えて。
Well, but he said our face was average.
容姿が悪けりゃ色も悪いってわけよ。 ちなみに私は514766ですって。ドブみたいな色よ。失礼しちゃう。
あら、あなた計算員くんの全担当だった人よね。
ええ、そうよ。全然面談に来ないからろくに話したことはないけれど。
So that's Ryuki's previous advisor. Our desks are pretty far apart from each other, so I haven't spoken with her much.
あいつプロのモデルの写真に対しても毒舌だからほんと厄介なのよ。おかげで紹介できる人一人もいなかったわ。あなたも早々に諦めた方がいいわ。見なさいよ、ラウル前担当も心配そうにあなたを見ているから。
Didn't mean to do that. Huh? I glance around and suddenly notice that everyone on the floor is staring at me.
見て、あの子。社長からの命令でパラサイト5を担当することになったんだって。
かわいそう。一気に5人もなんてしんどくない？
私だったら絶対無理。その瞬間。
Wait, they must feel pretty strongly about it. But it was obvious right away that those five were trouble.
あなたも可愛い見た目に騙されて油断しちゃダメよ。あの外見パラサイトはほんと毒舌だから。
He did have a pretty sharp tongue, it's true. But glamour parasite? I've never heard the phrase before. Clarice gave out a tiny giggle.
あら、あなた彼らがなんて呼ばれていたか知らないの？案外噂に疎いのね。あの人たちいろいろ問題あるじゃない？それぞれややこしい問題にパラサイトしてるから勝手に名付けて呼んでるの。
Gotcha.
ギルは失恋引きずりまくりだから失恋パラサイト。名前のわからない人はチーパラサイト。 SS を保つために固執してるプロフィールだからよ。
Got it.
で、ラウルは趣味パラサイト。こじらせマニアね。計算員くんは外見パラサイト。
Yeah.
最後にアランは略奪パラサイトってわけ。
I see. So when you put them all together, you get the Parasite 5.
あなたも気をつけた方がいいわよ。アランの前担当、あのせいで会社辞めたって話だから。
Goodness. Really? Were they like dating or something?
そう、怖くて聞けないわよ。でも最後にアラン・メルビルってつぶやいて辞めてったみたいよ。
Oh my. Oh, that's kind of scary.
あとギルの担当も苦労してたわよね。
そうそう、私が前担当だったんだけれど、ラブクラフトさんどんな子を見せても何かと理由つけて断るのよ。
Gotcha. Doesn't that mean he's just picky?
あれはどう見ても特定の誰かを忘れられないだけよ。
That's
ど
us.
うせひどい失恋でもしたんだわ。だから失恋パラサイトって命名したの。
特定の誰かね。
Could it have been Clarice?
ラウルの担当も神話トークで全然話噛み合わなかったらしいし、胃通訳飲んでおいた方がいいわよ。
Buy some anti-acids now. Well, I appreciate your concern, everyone. Stop quick saving. I tried to laugh it all up, but they were all looking at me with pity in their eyes. To them, it looks as I had this nigh impossible mission forced on me. But honestly, I really don't mind. This is my chance to earn my next
と
promotion.
いうか、社長もどうして今頃パラサイト5をどうにかしようと思ったのかしら。ほんとよね。ややこしいのに手を焼いてる暇があったら他の会員の成婚手伝った方がいいじゃない。会費だってもらってるしね。5人に手間取ってる間に10人成婚させた方がボーナスの査定も上がりそうじゃない？確かにキューピッドシステムで適当に相性のいい相手を探しておすすめすればそれで大抵うまくいくし。正直手間かけて問題児を結婚させるよりあの5人は諦めた方がコスパいいわよね。
Why is everyone talking like this? Aren't we all supposed to be our little version of Cupid? The job of our Bible advisor is to bring people together. We can't just abandon them, not even the problematic ones. If someone truly wants to get married, it's our duty to help them. I can't deny that their approach would raise the overall number of marriages. It's the fact that marriage rates in the human realm are up thanks to Cupid Corporation, so their methodology isn't totally wrong. But I'm the real deal Cupid in the flesh. I have to be completely sincere in my desire to help you fall in love. After all, I've been bringing humans together since the days of Leonardo da Vinci? Leonardo da Vinci himself. I swear I'm gonna get every last one of them married. Making that solemn promise to myself, I began reviewing out their documents one more time. Alright. We're gonna get our little...
はあ、びっくりした。まさか彼女とあんな場所で再会するなんて。
Well, that's it for tonight. I think I'm gonna play the rest of this game on my own. Simply because... I'm having some intense reactions to these boys. And they're probably not gonna be fun, streamy reactions, so... We'll see, we'll see, we'll see, we'll see. Most likely just gonna play this on my own. But... thank you everybody so much for joining. I hope you have a wonderful... oh, nope, I skipped a step. You will know the song and dance. Apparently I've forgotten the song and dance. If you are not already subscribed on YouTube or... subscribed on YouTube or follow me on Twitch, I would really appreciate it if you would. Both places, I am Melrosia Prince. Also, you can follow me on Twitter and TikTok. Both places, I am at ENVtuber. I have Earth Family stuff, like, for the rest of this week. So, or at least timing-wise, I'm like, what the hell? What is this timing? Who knows? So I probably will not be able to stream for the rest of this week, unfortunately. But I should be able to return next week with streaming, more streaming. But yes, thank you everybody so much for joining. I appreciate every single one of you. And I hope you have a wonderful meowing, afternoon, evening, whatever time it is for you. And without any further ado,